Welcome back. You joined me today in my racing rig. There's going to be no build today because I started thinking, I've been making really fast cars recently, but how fast? Unless we compare them against each other, I don't know whether this thing is just feeling fast, feeling slow, or actually fast. So I'm going to do something which I did previously, which was actually ripped off of a person called Consider here on YouTube. Unfortunately, I haven't uploaded in a while, but it's something I like the idea of so much. I was like, hell yeah, I'm doing that. And it was a lot of fun. I did a really long series of doing it with Pikes Peak even. God, that track is really hard. So instead this time, I'm bringing it to Laguna Seca, a track that is mostly known for its absolutely fantastically cool corkscrew. This part of the track is so iconic, you know who stole it. The Beam G-Devs did, with it being in the West Coast USA map. But I'm not going to just start making new cars and putting them on the track because I really do need a baseline. So I need to go test out some of my more recent race cars. That includes the Moonhawk, the PESA, the Hopper, the Sunburst, the Formula V, in which I fixed the rear suspension on so it handles a lot better, and, it is a race car, so technically, yes, I will be doing the cycle car. So, up first, the Moonhawk, which not too long ago, Jesus Christ, I forgot about this car being ridiculous. Oh God, reset it. Recently, I did fix a lot of the axle hop, a few other little things as well. You can go find it on the repository. I did an update there. God, this thing is so ridiculous. It's going to be an absolute beast in the corners. I don't know about the downforce and grip though. There is no toe-in available either on such a rudimentary rear suspension. This thing was meant to be basically based on a NASCAR. Oh, turn, you fat turn! There we go. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Oh, it's gone again. I think I need to drive this in first person. Okay. So, yeah, it's meant to be based on a NASCAR where they just went, oh, we could use turbos here? Fantastic. And then acid dipped the chassis to make it lighter, which made it jiggle, which I had to rectify as well. It was, oh, dear, a big problem. Oh, God. This car is hard to drive. I'm going to need to do a little bit of practice before we start going, because anytime I put the power, it just goes. It just goes. I'm going to turn me around. There we go. Oopsie daisies. Forwards. Forwards, please. Okay, apparently the tires are just not sticky enough, but alrighty. It is hot lap time, and oh, already got over rev damage. Gonna be trying to be careful with the burnout. Okay, well that sucked. Not going full power all the way. And then bring it down nice and slowly into the first chicanes. Ease it on. Oh, that power band on the turbo boost. Honda VTEC got nothing on this bad boy. Jesus. And wheel spin all the way through there. Bring it up here. Slow it down. Get her turned in. Third gear wheel spin all the way up to the top of the corkscrew. Get it turned in. Oh, locked up a little bit. Rolling started it there for a second. All right, first again this time. Oh, we've gone around. No, come on. I was doing so well. All the way down, synchronize the damage, and done with a lap. A 1:38.9 on a clean, clear list. Okay. All right, moving on. Up next is the PESA GTR. Now, this car is probably my favorite so far. It is so gorgeous. I originally made the PESA into a coupe version. Turns out somebody had already made that mod, but I didn't care. I loved it. Then I made this, like, absolutely bonkers, fully wide-body silhouette sort of version thing. The one big thing that, like, gets to me, and gets to a lot of people as well, is the fact that, those taillights. The unfortunate thing is that some of the taillights are actually a part of the trunk itself. So if we open up the trunk... Nope, okay, no trunk. The taillights are a part of that. So I couldn't just really easily modify the taillights. There might have been something I could do, maybe paint over the taillights on the trunk there and make a custom trunk that doesn't actually have taillights there. That might work, and then I could have moved the taillights out wider, but you know, I was working on a deadline. Maybe I'll do it one day. Hopefully more likely what's to happen is somebody else fixes it for me, so then I don't have to do it. But yeah, I really love this car. Not because of the way it drives or because it handles, it's just really freaking cool. It's just a cool car. Look at it. Look at it! Well, now it's actually time to do the proper hardcore lap. I'm expecting good things from this. I think it should be faster, because honestly, that Moonhawk, even though it has so much goddamn power, it can really not put out anything. I braked way too early. I'm gonna restart this. Alright, this time I'm gonna brake a little bit later. Not perfect. Could be done a lot better. Turn in! But as you can see, it actually puts the power down. Could be a lot more front aero grip, I reckon. Now I know that a car like this most likely wouldn't race, even though this is called Mazda Speedway now or something like that. I don't think that these super silhouettes from Japan would have raced here. I know a few did in, oh god, that was too wide. That American thing that's equivalent to, Europe's, Weckley, damn it. Alright, let's try that again. IMSA was the league I was thinking of. I don't know how I forgot that so easily, but let's brake before the crest. Bring it down. Oh, locked head. Damn it, I went all the way around and it's still stuffed up. Oh, I did it! Alright, don't stuff up the ending. God, that was such a tricky part of the track for this car. Second gear, and push it down to the end. I think we're gonna be a little... Oh, actually, it looks like we're a lot faster. Holy cow! Is that 18 seconds? Nope. Oh, I thought it was 158. No, okay, that's 2 seconds slow. But you know what? Trickier to get some things right. Hell of a lot more predictable and controllable. And I predict that I'm a terrible driver, which is why I crashed so many times, or went off so many times. Up next is a hysterically hopeless hopper. Come on, there we go. This thing is a whole different beast. It is going to be so much more different from anything else. For one, it has solid axles front and rear, but also it kinda has many problems, including like super overstiff suspension, super lowered. I don't think it's particularly light. Let's have a look at the weight. It is 1,500 kilos, so it is not light by any means. The turbos are also incredibly like late in the rev range, like nothing. There we go, 6,000 RPM. We got 2,000 RPMs of boost, which doesn't matter so much when you're on dirt, because all you need to do there is just wait for like to be aiming out of the corner and just have it bounce off the rev limiter. You don't have to, Jesus, you don't actually have to worry about being in your power band, because you just let it rev. Let it rev, bro. So yeah, this one is not gonna be great. One thing I am gonna do though is I just remembered, yep, look at that tread. Yeah, this is still set up to all terrains. I think I need to switch this to something race-like. Okay, we got gripples. We do have race tires. I don't know the sorts of tire that what's the difference here? Oh wait, it's a slightly smaller tire. Yeah, we could do with being a little bit low on the front. 245s on the front, and then on the rear, let's go a slightly bigger one and a 245. I don't know how it's going to like or dislike this, to be honest. And, oh, there we go. All-wheel drive turned on. I have actually no idea how this is going to handle. This is my first time driving this with, like, proper slicks on. Okay, full power. It still does burnouts. It's only got about 600 horsepower as well, so it's not amazing. Oh, I remember that transmission. It should have a lot of downforce though. This thing is not meant for high speed. Oh, it really hugs coming over top of the hill. Oh, that suspension is way too bouncy. But that downforce, oh god. I mean, it could do with a little bit more front downforce compared to rear downforce, but it's the first one where it just doesn't wheel spin for days. So I think I have to point and squirt this. Go slow through a corner. Wait until I'm facing the right way. Then full power. As early as possible. The earlier I get to put onto the power, the better. So slow down a lot. Turn. Get it facing the right way. And power. There we go, that works. The brakes are toasty. I'm gonna be able to do like one lap, I swear to God. They are red. Oh God, I was paying attention to the brakes. For now though, it's time to do the proper hot lap. Do I think this vehicle is going to do amazingly? Yeah, to be honest, I don't know. We don't have the top speed. We're actually like severely hampered. For those of you wondering, that is kilometers per hour, not miles per hour on the bottom right of the screen there. So we're not going to be blistering top speeds, but our ability to exit corners and get over that rise when we get to the corkscrew, it's pretty good. Get it lined up, then punch it down the straights. That is the important thing. Brake, turn, then power. We got a point very straight before we start to accelerate, or we'll just incredibly understeer. I feel I could even brake a little bit later. A little bit of a drift there. Okay, a lot of a drift there. There we go. All right, bringing it down. Oh, this is looking to be the best time so far. Come on! Nope, okay, it just wants that top speed. Oh, no, it did beat it, but ever so slightly. Oh, God, that was a close one compared to the Moonhawk. Up next is the surprisingly slow, but still super Sunburst. Yeah, so being very fresh in our memories, I'm remembering that, you know, I did make a few mistakes with this vehicle. Not only did I mix up, apparently, 2 categories of Super GT, but I also apparently mixed this up a little bit with JLTC or something like that. Some sort of like a other Japanese touring car sort of thing, which I think allowed all-wheel drive and whatnot. Yeah, I massively mixed them all together, not realizing that I was doing that as well. I would like to do more in this, but unfortunately the information is quite scarce. But what does it drive like? You know, I don't remember too much apart from the fact that it likes to power steer out of corners a little too easily. All right, got the HUD back up. And I don't remember that fender bouncing so much. Weird. Oh, you know what? This one isn't even live on the repository yet. Woefully manual. Wait, why are you not in second? There we go. Well, now it doesn't want to be in second. Damn it. Okay, you know, this actually feels quite stable. With that longitudinal front 4-cylinder, as opposed to it being transversely mounted, this feels pretty good. Feels very balanced. Do with maybe a smidge more front downforce. Come on, turn. I actually have that ability. If you remember in the tuning menu here, somewhere I have front downforce. Trust me, I'll find it. Front splitter angle. So, we see this got quite a bit of an angle there. If we increase it by 1 centimeter, that'll be considerable. This too, also being really controllable, makes me think that it's going to be quite a decent lap. Now, yes, it is slower, which is why I said it was slow earlier, then Jesus, that panel is going absolutely wild. Anyway, yeah, it's slower than the Time Attack all-wheel drive version. Now, I know that you would be losing a little bit through that, but this has much wider, much grippier tires. I thought that it would make up for that. Either way, let's give it a proper go. Wait, I think I have a sequential. So I don't have to clutch? Yes, perfect. Okay, well, that's a problem. Got to avoid that. Sweat mode when taking off. BeamNG and burnouts, rather tricky. I suppose it would be in real life as well. I've never really tried it, especially not with a sequential. Obviously, those things are super expensive. Just look at what happened to that one guy that brought that Ferrari with the K-swap. Nah. And then I saw a video recently that was actually, don't LS swap your RX-7, K-swap it instead. What was going through my mind is, why engine swap it at all? If you can't make the engine that's in a car fast already, your K-swapping is going to be mostly pointless. Well, god damn it. I'm in the mindset of having to go really slow through corners until I'm going straight. But, to be honest, I don't think I need to be. It can be a lot more, forgiving in this car. Oh, the car can be a lot more forgiving. Braking. Oh, lockups. Oh, I should probably have ABS on. All right, much better that time. Come through the corkscrew. Take that compression power. Start applying it. Brake, trail brake through here. Get powered on nice and early. Brake, turn in. Power on. That 4-cylinder bringing up the jump spec JDM engine power. I really do have to fix that floppy panel before I try reposting this up in the repository. We'll see how it goes. But there we go, a 140. Damn, these times are so close. Oh my god. So far we've got the PESA silhouette, we've got the Super Sunburst, we've then got the Moonhawk, then the Hopper. They're all within a couple of seconds of each other, basically. My god. I gotta retry this full sweat mode. Up next is the Formula V. Well, I have fixed the rear suspension. Let's give her a go. Blah, oh, that squat. The last time we saw this, it was trying to kill me every single time, but I dropped the engine down a little bit as an update. It is on the repositories mod as well, and you can see it dips down quite nicely, and it will now actually grip through corners, and even try to roll you if you're trying to take it a little too fast. But as you can see, it doesn't try to, like, spit you over and treat you really, really badly. It just does pretty well. Well, now it's time to take this thing around for a proper full-time trial. Oh, I can see my pedals and everything. And I can see that it's twitching under the fact that, I don't have a good pedal set. I do need new pedals. Am I not using my clutch? I'm also going a lot slower into corners so I can brake a lot later, but so as I didn't notice. We're also revving this up to like 5,500 RPM, which is beyond what looks to be the red line, but it seems to want to live there, so that's what we're doing. Also, the camera is very floppy. I gotta do something about that one day. Oh, there we go. Now, I did try getting the rear suspension even better after I uploaded this, but this seems to be about as good as it gets. Also, we can see that the top speed is not particularly high. Like, we're getting to 160, not amazing times. You also have to be very careful with the geometry on the back. Oh dear. Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's retry that. Brake, turn in. Down to third. To third was too low. Only meant to go to fourth. Apparently, money shifting didn't hurt it just then. Struggling up the hill. And then brake over the crest. Very light car. Comes down in speed very easily. Power down through the compression, which should be very heavy on steering. Oh, drifty boy. Oh no, we've gone around. Let's try this again, shall we? This car is just, it is actually a lot, it's one of the best handling cars I've ever made. I mean, not from automation, those things can get really freaking insanely good. But it just handles so well, and the lightness helps so much. Okay, well, this is not where I want to be. There we go. Okay, final corners. Down to second gear. Rev it out. And bring it home. This is not a good time. This is a lot slower. I thought this actually wasn't going to do too bad, but that is like 17 seconds slower than the fastest lap. Wait, 17? No, that's 13. My brain is absolutely fried after this many hot laps, but there you go. That's a disappointment. I was hoping that this thing would be a lot faster, and it just wasn't. Up next, though, finally, the last and, I mean, gonna be honest here, least, the cycle kart. How do I drive? There we go. Oh god, this is gonna be a slow one. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not expecting much from this. Now, apparently, some people were telling me that these get up to like 20 horsepower. Out of the ones I've seen, not entirely accurate. And also, you probably wouldn't want to have too much power going through something this, like, super sketch. Could you imagine having, like, a high-powered go-kart on bicycle tires? Like, it's not conducive to feeling like you're not going to die. Now, I have also gone with the big block version. So this one's got a lot more power, and I can see that the front tires are flopping about. That's CVT going to absolute town on this thing, keeping it right in the middle of that power band at 3,000 RPM. Woo! Yeah! Okay, maybe I'll hold on to the steering wheel. That's right. Yeah, we've also only got rear brakes, so that's a fun thing. God. I don't know whose idea it was to go only rear brakes. Now, I get it. These old cars did only have rear brakes, but also a lot of people died in those things. They were not safe. Oh god, a little bit of oversteer, but that's fine. It's very wibbly wobbly. Oh, this is actually a lot of fun. Not having to, like, go full sweat mode, just turning into a corner and going around the corner, like, no braking here, no having to know my turning point, my braking point, my acceleration point, no having to point and squirt like I did with a hopper. I just drive. All right, here we go. Oh, dangerous corner. Too much rear brake bias, apparently. And then power out through the compression. Oh, yeah, turning it through. Okay, well, I do have a lot of, what's it called? Positive camber, which helps with scrub angle, which helps keep the steering relatively light, which is why you see the wheels on the front of these old race cars point outwards at the top. But it also helps with the fact that these sorts of vehicles, even back in the day, just naturally had lots of oversteer, so it would also help considerably with that. Oh, there goes the brake. The brake? Let me do words and speak. Actually, I don't know whether I needed to brake that much at all, to be honest. But there we go. Okay, bringing it down. What's our top speed, bruv? We're up to 70! What's 88 miles per hour to go back in time? I don't think that's gonna happen here. But there we go! Almost double the time of the other laps. Oh dear. Yeah, okay, we're getting pretty darn close to doubling this time. I think we're 8 seconds off of doubling it. That's how math works, right? Well, that is our baseline. I have a few ideas of some cars I want to make, so it's going to be fun going into the future being able to compare all of these things. And also, to be returning to one track over and over again, it's going to be very fun learning. And not having to be like, oh, do I have to brake here? I don't remember how this corner goes. I don't remember this. Like, no learning a track. It's just learning the optimal parts of a track. And maybe one day, if I learn it very well, I might return and redo some of these. Like, if my first lap was one of the fastest, like almost the fastest, I reckon that Moonhawk should be able to go even faster now that I've learned it just a little bit. But we'll return to it probably in the future, and we'll reevaluate based on my skill is still very low, and it takes a bit for me to learn things. I'm not a fast learner. Gotta be honest, it took me 2 years to learn how to mod BeamNG on my own. But yeah, that is basically it. And you know what is also, in quotation marks, it? Whoa, okay, almost crashed there. Giving air quotes, is my channel members. And that specifically includes the Rogue Tick, the Crown Priest, Gav the Stig, and Nova Fire 98. For the rest of you though, I'll catch you all next time. Goodbye.